Let's get this thing started. All right, that's running. I'll be right back. This opened up. That ready. Stay. All right. All right, guys. All right, you guys be good, okay? Okay. All right. Yo, how's everybody doing? Turtle, how we doing tonight? Cedric, appreciate you popping in. I fell asleep before the stream last week. That's okay, we all do it. Dude, I took a fat nap today. I took a super fat nap. Lolly the Goat is live. Yo, appreciate that. Paul Matern. Come on, Nido King. I know, really common Nido King. Super common Nido King. Don't know why we still haven't pulled it. This is ridiculous. But hopefully we at least get another banger SIR in the process. That's what makes this set awesome, is the Blastoise, the Venusaur, and the Charizard. It's not Zapdos. It's not the other IRs. It's these cards. So, and we pulled one. This was a major win. And I'm keeping my wins down here. I've got my wins down here so far. Looks a little bit worse than what I feel like you should get from, I think we opened 6. We might have opened more than 6. Yeah, we opened 6, okay? So we've only got 4 left, and then Austin's going to get what he wants, because you know what? I just don't care anymore. I'm going to open the other display. Let's do it. All right. We got a couple of y'all in here. 2 minutes in. At the 5-minute mark, I'm going to start opening stuff, because honestly, there's already 10 people in here. And I know it's late, and I appreciate you guys coming out late. Hypermew and illustration, Nido King. That's right. So happy I got my grail in today. Someone stop me. Same. I feel that. Blastoise for the win. Okay. So, what's on y'all's mind lately? What do you guys think about the newest sets that have dropped? Have your opinions on the illustration rares changed at all? I know right now illustration rares are really just crushing it. Like, and I don't think, even though they're tough to grade and there's a low pop of them now, I wonder if they'll keep that up. If these illustration rares will continue to keep rising. I think a lot of stuff is inflated, and it's kind of an illustration rare bubble, if you will. Those need to come down. Particularly the Magikarp, in my opinion. That card costs way too much money in a 10. The Groudon I actually really like from Paradox Rift, so I'm glad that card is doing well. And then again with the Persian IR is kind of ridiculous. And of course now the Houndoom. I know I haven't been making any videos, but it's not like I'm not seeing what's going on in the hobby right now. Like, the Houndoom is ridiculous right now. People are getting caught out here way overpaying for Houndoom. It's crazy. It's crazy where this hobby is right now, where, you know, modern cards can shoot up in value very quickly, whereas it took the vintage stuff, I mean, a very long time to raise and change prices. And I just think we have a lot of inflation, a lot of manipulation. It's just hard for me to believe that IRs are fetching hundreds of dollars. I don't even care. Even if it's at a 10, I don't care. It should not fetch hundreds of dollars. That's just my opinion. These are new cards. They've just been released. There's no reason they're not, you know, made in abundance. anyways, definitely interested to hear like what you guys think about the illustration rare madness. Dark Lord. I'm always surprised Pokemon has so much cards and sets I can't keep up. Yeah, and I feel like people don't say that enough. That's the truth. Like Pokemon is very difficult to keep up with. And I know it's like, Orion, well, if you weren't going after vintage Grail cards, you wouldn't have any issue keeping up with it. You could open every new set and you would get a lot of new views and a lot of new subscribers and it would be very relatable, but I would also be shooting myself in the foot by continuing to open modern sets. It really, unless you are bringing in that ad revenue, it's not worth it for me. I know we can find beauty and appreciate all of these newer Pokemon and all of these new sets, but if you're running on a budget, particularly you're like my situation, you're older, you have a family to provide for, every penny counts, and I can't afford to just be young and whimsical and just waste money on modern booster boxes. But I'm not gonna lie, I think it's amazing that these modern sets at least have something in them that's worth the chase. You know, these illustration rares are doing something that we never saw in Sword and Shield era. We never had, you know, the illustration. I guess, um, I guess, yeah, no, Sword and Shield. We didn't have anything like this, quite like this. It was only the alt arts that were really fetching. I might be wrong on this, but I think it was really mainly the alt arts that were fetching premiums. Um, Magikarp down like 50-ish in PSA 10. No, it needs to come down like $200-300. It's crazy. All right, did you see my before and after cleaning the back of the LC Blastoise made so much of a difference? I did not see the before and after, but I'm very happy for you that you got that Legendary Collection Blastoise. I know that's your all-time favorite artwork. Um, Thinking of holding my 151 Japanese booster box. Go for it, man. Go for it. I think unless you're sitting on a lot of sealed product, though, I don't think it's going to make a big difference down the road when you go to cash out. So honestly, in my opinion, a lot of modern stuff, it's just better to just open it now if you really like the set. Um, if you don't like the set and it's strictly for investing, then sit on it. But if you like 151, you never know. There could be something really amazing in that Japanese box. Um, but I'm not a great example. I've opened almost all of my 151. We only have one more display left, and then I'm cleaned out. I cannot believe that. I set out to have this big position in 151, and meanwhile, I have big positions in these other sets that I don't care about, which is fine, but I'm left with no 151, which sucks. But I made my choices. Paul, I just got PSA 10 Kingdra EX today from the collection box. The art is really cool. That art is amazing. That Greninja is amazing. In a lot of ways, I wish those two cards would have been SIRs in the sets prior, but it is what it is. The Kingdra is phenomenal. I just think being promos really, really dilutes the value of these cards. And I understand this now. In the past, I would have thought, oh, they're amazing promos. Thank God Pokemon is giving us something here. They're giving us amazing promos. But then there's always that thought of like, the value's been diluted because it's a promo. And this card would have been great as an SIR. Just open the vintage packs. You'll just need to stretch out the opening for an hour somehow. We are going to hit 7,500 subs. It might take me another year. Maybe it takes 3 more months. Maybe I just have to start uploading videos again. The girls come back to Charlotte in 2 days. I'm really, really excited for that. I feel like I'm going to be whole again. I feel like I need to get back to making videos because now there's no excuse. My family's going to be back. It's going to be whole again. I'm going to feel comfortable again. It might sound stupid, but guys, I feel like I'm way more productive when I have my family here. I feel like I can take on the world. So I'm excited they're coming back, and I need to get back in the swing of things. I say this every week. I've said this the past couple weeks, but it's just been hard. It's been hard being away from them. Anyways, we're going to get back to it. And eventually we will hit 7,500 subs. And when we do, we are going to open base set. And it's going to be such a waste of money. And I'm going to have so much fun. And it's just going to be great. And we are going to pull a Charizard. Mark my words. We are going to pull a Charizard. It is going to be one of the most badass vintage openings. It will be the most badass opening I've ever done. But I'm excited. Friends, are hanging on to any modern boxes, or are you going full vintage? I'm still gonna hang on to like one of every box that I can. Um, I wouldn't say I'm ever going full vintage. It's just, it seems like right now it's a good play for me to just continue doing what I'm doing. It's working, and I'm very happy with my collection right now. And I would rather wait a month or two to find one special card than buy a card every single week and have a bunch of cards that just don't mean as much to me. So that's just how I feel. I think it's quality over quantity in this hobby is the way to go. Um, um, Turtle, 151 PSA 10s have been popping off. They have been. My friends have been grading a lot of those, and they are doing very, very well. Hopefully, I have the same luck. Um, Title Stormer, did you use your time wisely with your family being gone? I think I could have used it a little more wisely, but for the most part, one thing I've been trying to do more of is actually just relaxing and is taking even more time away from being productive. And I mean, the gym is still relaxing, so I'd throw the gym in there, but the gym, getting to bed on time, I'm not playing Call of Duty, which I've been playing very frequently. I feel like that might be adding stress to my life because I get all worked up over the game. So I've kind of substituted that for watching good movies that I can relax to and just chill. I'm a very high stress individual, and that's on me. That's on me. But I think in terms of using time wisely, it's really been spent reflecting on what I did this past year, what I'm doing, what our goals are, and sticking to that. Like, we are going to buy another house, and that means I can't have nearly as much fun in this hobby. But it's a better goal to have than any card that I could buy in this hobby. So my time has been spent researching, looking at home prices, relaxing, and I think that's a good way to be. I think that's a good way to be. YouTube will always be here. The hobby will always be here. But I feel like I have a really important window right now where our family's about to expand and we're going to have another kid on the way. And I want to be in a good position where we can buy another home. And I'm still terrified. I'm going to be sunk into debt when I buy the next house. Anybody that thinks they own their home, you don't. The government owns your home. So I'm still stressed out because it's just, there's a lot. There's a lot. Anyways, it's nothing that most people my age aren't dealing with. I just think I cope with stress poorly in comparison to most other people. So that's something that I think I've done a good job spending this month working on. It's just meditating, breathing. That's something I think we could all use, just breathing more. Anyways, going off on tangent. Sorry. Can you imagine flipping black and white commons and uncommons every 10 minutes? Can I imagine flipping black and white commons and uncommons every 10 minutes? I cannot. Yeah, I was kind of bummed that it wasn't included in the dragon set. I liked the Latios, but was hoping for the Dragon Air Gyarados or Rayquaza Chase since they called it a dragon set. I'm with you on that. Big on dragons, love dragons, and I don't think it was as good as it could have been. Austin, I want us to look at these last two cards. I know. And God Pack, is that too much to ask for? I agree. With the amount of packs I've opened, I think going for a God Pack is kind of a given at this point. I think we should have definitely come across one. We might with that first wave display when we go ahead and open that up. I'm releasing your freak off videos. Okay. Weird. Gerald, on you. War Ghost Squad, Pokemon Forever, Friends of the Night. Do you have watched Nostalgianomics? Said vintage won't go up, and modern sealed. Any thoughts? That's very. I mean, a lot of vintage bulk will not go up. A lot of vintage bulk will not go up. But you're crazy if you think cards that are sub 300, sub 200 population in the world graded. You're crazy if you think those prices aren't going to go up. And the thing is, I know for a fact, Nomics has his niche. Everybody has their niche, and this is no disrespect to anybody with their niches or what they're pushing or what they're talking about investing in. I do my own thing. What I invest in, Oh God, the new Diddy cards? No, I don't have the new Diddy cards. I am investing in cards that I believe in, like with all my heart. Cards that I love and cards that I've looked at and have done the research, and it's irrefutable. They are not really going up big time in population. So I think a lot of cards like the crystals, like the Neo Destiny Shine, like the Neo generation Shinings and first edition, Legendary Collection Reverse Hollows, I might start adding that honestly to the list of Grail cards, because Legendary Collection is very low pop too. I mentioned that in the Discord. And first edition base set, people were thinking first edition base set was going down in price. I don't see that the case. I think first edition base set is about to go up in price. I think we've had a good couple months where people were kind of unsure, but Pokemon is still where it's at, right? Prices have not changed that much. I think they're only going to go up from here, unless we have some kind of big economic turmoil. Again, that's always the big what if, but I personally don't believe in modern sealed product, and I'm going to tell you why. There's plenty of it out there. Everybody and their mother is doing it, and I've even considered selling off all of my modern sealed product now while I can make a profit on it, because I don't know what the future holds for sealed product with scanning. I don't know what the future holds, but I know for a fact that no matter how many boxes get opened up, there's only one gold star in every 3 boxes. So like cards like that, no, they're not going to stay put. They're going to rise in value. The crystal cards, I mean, mainly Charizard cards. Vintage Charizard cards have always done well, but anything in these special subset of cards tend to do well. And there's so many vintage cards that would be a great counter argument. Team Rocket Returns, one of the most low print sets, definitely vintage. Those cards are super hard to find, and they are going up in value. Um, I think most of these people, even when they're talking about modern steel products, they also, in the back of their minds, they know deep down that vintage is going to do really well down the road. And personally, this is just what I like. I have friends that really don't collect vintage at all, and they only collect modern. I have friends that do it all. I have friends that do sealed product, modern slabs, they get cards graded. They also collect grail cards. Everybody has their own shtick in this hobby, but personally, I enjoy vintage cards. So that's why I like collecting vintage cards. It really isn't about who's going to do better, what's going to make more money in the long haul. The cards that I've collected have already appreciated. Like my collection, just how I've customized. I'm sorry, and then we'll get to the opening, guys, because now we got almost 50 people in here, and I'm just talking my ass off, and wasting everybody's time. So we want to get to this one. This one's nicely damaged, so this one's going to be the one right here. I think we're going to get the cards we need right here. But if we take, for example, I'm going to pick 3 cards. I'm going to just pick 3 cards out of my collection that I picked up not long ago. And I'm going to tell you how much they've gone up in value. And you can kind of think, would this be better to put this in modern sealed product? Because I also did an experiment recently, and I put a lot of money in modern sealed product. And honestly, these cards are so much more enjoyable, and they outweigh any gain I could have in modern sealed product. And this is, I'm real talk here. I've done the investment. I've bought into a lot of sealed product. It's not a better buy than Grail cards. It's just not. But I respect it. I respect the grind. Okay, this, what else? What's another great card? This, and let's say Gyarados. Gyarados is a great one. These are some of my favorite cards right here in my hands. Some of my favorite cards right here, okay? You've got Gold Star Gyarados, okay? I bought this for $2,800. They're all listed around $4,000. And sure, you might be able to get one for a little bit over $3K, but still, people are not budging on these cards. Crystals, okay? You have Crystal Charizard. Now, this one was really dumb luck. This isn't like me being an expert in collecting. This was just dumb luck. But the proof is in the pudding. Proof is in the pudding. Crystal Charizard I bought for $10,200, okay? from Z&G Emporium Auctions. This card steadily selling for $15,000. You're telling me I bought a card and then a month or two later it's worth $5,000 more? That's crazy. But that's how it is when you're buying vintage Grail cards. Now, again, that's a very expensive card. But the reason I brought up the Gyarados is because the Gyarados is a lot less expensive and it's the same story. And all the gold stars, every single one of them has gone up in value from where I bought in at. And it's getting harder to find these cards. No one is willing to take a deal on these cards. At this point, I don't even try and send out offers because most of the time no one ever responds to them. And then, of course, the first edition Charizard. This was a big one that I bought recently, but this card I paid $19,000 for. It was really like $18,500, but I ended up paying fees and that insured shipping and ended up coming to about $19,000. Anyways, this card just sold recently for about $23,000, $24,000, and most of them are listed $25,000 and up. So again, those are expensive Charizard cards, so not the best example, but it's an easy example for me to point out. Anybody and their mother could have bought those cards if they were willing to spend that kind of money, and they would have made that kind of profit like that. Or would you rather buy $10,000 worth of sealed booster boxes until they go up in value? Which one would you rather do? That's something that I want everybody to think about. Now, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this because I'm really excited. Okay. And for everybody in the chat, I appreciate you guys coming up. I'm going to try and scroll just real quick. Shout out everybody staying off the grid. What's good? Camille, what's good? Trevor, how we going? Gangar Master, what's good? Jacob Outdoors, how we doing? Have you been, man? When's the fam is coming back? The girls are coming back in 2 days. I'm really excited about it. I'm really excited. I miss them so much. I've low-key been super lonely here, but whatever. I have you guys. All right, come on. Let's open this thing up. Stop wasting time. I appreciate everybody for coming out, supporting the channel, supporting me. I'm going to try and get back on my grind this week. Another thing is my thyroid's been off. I felt a little fatigued the other day. I felt like I was about to pass out. This is exactly what happened the last time I started feeling like kind of like weird, depressive, tired, fatigued, wasn't making videos. I was telling you guys then that my thyroid was a problem, and I think it's starting to become a problem again. And so I don't ever call the doctor, but I did schedule a checkup, and I'm going to have them take my blood because I'm going crazy. I don't know what it is, or it's just a poor diet. Like, I'm used to Diana making home-cooked meals, which I don't really care about cooking, so I haven't really been cooking like that since they've been gone. But I don't know, might be my diet or something like that, but I'm just trying to relax more and meditate and create a little bit better habits. And okay, enough about me. Let's go ahead and get this thing rolling. Okay, we got our first pack, guys. Please bless my pack. Send me some good vibes, some good energy. I hope you guys are having a fantastic Wednesday night. We're halfway through the week, guys. We just got to keep chugging along. Thunderman. So I wish I had money. To make money, it takes money. And that's the reality. And that's what sucks. Is like I can tell you guys, buy this card and sell it for this. But the reality is that it comes with great privilege too. And I'm very fortunate that I can even afford this stuff. But my time of buying Grail cards has come to a slow end, as we are now hoping to find our future forever home, where our kids can grow up and we can build a better life for them. Okay. All right, here we go, guys. Starting off with that hollow energy. My stack of 151 is getting kind of crazy over here. I'm going to have to make a new stack, I think. So let's push that up. Yeah, I'm going to make a new stack. All right, guys. We got our Happy Bulbasaur. Reverse, reverse. Come on. 3, 2, 1. Give me a God pack. Bam! Okay. Not so much. Bam! Okay. We got a Hollow Vaporeon. Okay. So our first one is a dud pack. It's okay. They like to mess with me. It's all good. We're just warming up here. Daddy Donkey Kong, how we doing? Your girl's still gone. Yeah, she ain't coming back. Oh, God. Great vibes. It's okay. I don't deserve her anyways. Tiago, Tamataki, go check out your doctor, bro. Keep on exercising as well, for sure. I appreciate that. Take care of yourself, guys. I think one thing that you can never get too much of is wellness advice. We could all do a little bit better to take care of ourselves. Whoa. And we got a regular EX. Did we get the Nine Tails yet? It was at least, yes. So this is our, batching. Definitely batching. So guys, I want to show you the EXs. I want to show you the EXs I've pulled so far. Honestly, we can go over this whole box, what was in it, because it's pretty pathetic so far. But so EX wise, some batching. We got 3 Jinxes and 2 Nine Tails, and then we got our Wigglytuff over here. A little bit of batching going on there. So definitely something to be expected, especially with reprints. Okay. Get these out of the way. Okay, next one coming up. Pack numero Trace. Trevor, any luck on finding a house, or is the market too crazy? No, we found some really nice split level homes that were built around the 80s. We found some really nice split level homes that are 4 bedroom. We are in a 3 bedroom home. So even if I clean this whole game room out and turn it into our baby boy's room, it's still not going to change the fact that it feels cramped in the house. The important part is that we can make it work and that we have a home. And that's a luxury these days in itself. I saw a whole family at the bar. They left the bar, and I thought they were just lived somewhere else and drove to the bar for the open mic. But whole family came out to our open mic tonight, and they had a little girl, and they went right up back to their apartment. So a lot of people are raising families in apartments. Nothing wrong with that. But it's an example I gave my partner the other day, because I was like, we're very lucky. At least we're in a home where space is a little bit more available to us. But we haven't really found anything. What I will say is home prices in Charlotte, North Carolina are coming down. They are coming down. The rate's going to come down soon. People are dropping prices. I'm seeing more price drops this week than I've seen any other week we've been looking, which is really exciting, because the more I start looking at houses and stuff that really we can't afford but I would love to move into, the more I realize, like, dude, you're going to have a ton of debt when you buy that next home. So I really want to find something that's sub $400,000. I would love to find something for like $350,000, $360,000, put $72,000 down, have another $300K, $290K to pay off. That's a comfortable area for me. And that's still a ton of money to owe on a home when we still haven't paid this one off yet. As of today, I owe $113,000 on this home, which I feel really, really good about. Very soon we will owe less than 100 grand on this house, which I feel really good about. Anyways, all right, we keep going. But thanks for asking, boss. That also is making me stressed out, though. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it's fun looking at houses, but it's very stressful. And it makes me feel like nothing else is important. Like, it makes me feel like, how can I care about... Oh, let's go! SIR, baby! Let's go! Just ranting my butt off, and we pull an absolutely epic banger. Now, I know that this Erica has dropped a lot in price, but there was a time when this first came out, this set first came out, the Erica was the craziest card you could get. Well, at least in Japanese, it was the craziest card you could get. Huge banger, though. Let's go. We'll take it. We'll take it. So that's the second SIR we've had out of this display. So now we've had Blastoise and an Erica SIR. So that's 2 SIRs, and we still got a card behind this. But, all right. Let's see what we got. Wham! Oh, it's a double banger, baby! Double banger. We got that full art Zapdos, and we got the Erica SIR. Banger. What a banger pack. Let's go. Now, for that booster bundle, we're making out okay. We're making out okay right now. We got 3 packs left, but, ooh, man. That's rough, though. Unfortunately, the centering is really good on the Erica. Actually, it's a little bit bottom slim. But it looks like, that box was damaged. Let's see. Here's the box that it just came from. That box was damaged. And here's the Erica. Erica did suffer some damage. I don't know if you guys can see it, but right up here, it looks like it got a little crushed. Looks like it got... You guys might not see it, but yeah, you guys should be able to see it with the light on it. You can see that little spot right here. See that little spot right here. Pack fresh and it's damaged. Pack fresh and it's damaged. So we'll put that one away. But this is cool that we got another SIR. It's just a bummer that, of course, it has to be the SIR that's damaged. It can't beat any of these other cards that I've picked out. Had to be an SIR. We're gonna give it the respect it deserves and put it in a top loader anyways. I'm just bummed out that that's damaged. But it looks really, really cool. I'm going to put it right above the other Erica's Invitation that we've got here. We've got our 2 Erica cards. We did get another full art. I really, really like the colors of this Zapdos. And of course, this Zapdos full art is flawless. I mean, y'all will see it's off center, but it's flawless. The front and the back are flawless. That's just how it goes. The SIR is just the one that gets pounded, and full art is just minty. So who knows? Maybe I should get the full arts graded, but I think everything in 151 is kind of worth getting graded between the full arts, the IRs, and the SIRs. But equally, if prices go up and the cost of raw cards goes up as well, I might just sell all these 151 cards raw. I still don't know what I'm going to do with my 151 cards, but so far we've had 4 full arts. We've had 4 full art cards, 2 IRs, and 2 SIRs in these 7 bundles that we've opened. But we've got 3 packs left. Something interesting might happen in these last couple packs. Thunderman is one of my favorite songs by Xavier Wolf, though. Thunderman's a great song. Pulled the Terrapagos SIR first ETB in. Nice. Check the energy hollows if you open the older booster bundles. How much more 151 do you plan to open? We will be opening the whole other display. We're going to see how that pans out. Diddy, my wife went on a long vacay. That was 6 years ago. Got the divorce papers after 6 months. Ooh. Austin Reed. Lolly put a lot of SV era stuff, has batching. He's been seeing posts on Reddit about it for every new set. Because no one can afford rent. My rent's $2,200 for a 3-bedroom apartment. That's insane too. And the apartments around my bar are like $2,500, something like that. Trevor, yeah, man, we're saving for our wedding. Congrats on that, my guy. So many of mine are factory damaged. Jose Corona, yo, just dropped in. Hope everyone's having a great night. We are. Juan Romero, there's some nice collection in the back. These are all just display boxes. Don't let them fool you. Grading is tough if you don't know what you're doing. You can very easily break even or lose money, especially with the SV era, especially with the selling fees. Absolutely. So that's why I think Selling some of the stuff raw might not be the worst idea. Also, for shipping stuff out, I can ship it in a cheap mailer versus if I get it graded, the minute I get that graded, now I have to ship it in a bubble mailer. And it has to ship it protected because God forbid anything happens to the actual slab protecting the card. If that gets scratched or scuffed, the person's going to be unhappy too. So I feel like with stuff that's sub $50 raw, just doesn't make it. Like for the SIRs, it definitely makes sense. If you can get a 10 and turn that into a $300 card, 100% makes sense to try and do that. Or a $200 card. But stuff like some of these full arts, they might go from being worth 15 bucks, 10 bucks raw to being worth 50 or 60 in a 10. That's where like your shipping costs and then grading and then turnaround time and all that stuff, factoring that in might not be worth it. But if you get a bunch of 10s, it's definitely worth it. Definitely making your money on that. How are you and your family? I don't know how the girls are doing good. The girls are doing good. They're flying back on Friday, so I'm excited about that. I've had enough of this bachelor lifestyle. Oh, let's go! An awesome IR. It is the Polywhirl IR. Dude, sick. Absolutely sick. Dude, this was a really tough card to pull when the set came out. The fact that we have now pulled 2 Polywhirl IRs. Dude, this is an awesome, absolutely stunning card, too. Haven't seen this guy in a minute. Yo, this is a stacked bundle, though. Let's go. We got full art, we got an SIR, and we got an IR in the same one bundle. So $26, well, in this case, 40 bucks. But $26 to get Polywhirl, Zapdos, full art, and Eric SR, this would be a great bundle if you started this set and you didn't have any of the cards. This would be a phenomenal bundle. Okay, see what's behind this. And regular holo. Put that down. Sleeve this guy up. I love this set. I love this set so much. But knowing what was inside of this display, would I have still opened it? Probably. Okay. Because the thing is, Blastoise, if that Blastoise hits a 10, it damn near almost pays for 75% of the display, which is pretty amazing. Question is, could it get a 10? Slightly off center, but the back is so good for this card. The back is so good. I do think that Blastoise has a good chance at a 10, but okay. Moving forward, I was going to open another bundle, but we still have 2 more packs. This bundle has been really nice to us. Dude, the first bundles we opened in this display were trash. Yes, 10 bucks. Let's go. One of my faves right there. Beautiful artwork for sure. 150 and a 10. No way. Blastoise is only 150 and a 10? I thought it was like 250. Yeah, if it's 150, that does not help me very much. That seems cheap for a 10. That seems cheap. But then again, prices tend to fall as the pop reports rise. Okay. Fire Energy. Ooh, I like this. Fire Energy. Dude, this would be amazing if we got 2 SIRs in one bundle. I would be a believer. Okay. Come on, baby. Rhyhorn, Magikarp, Oddish, Primate. Oh, Pharaoh. Pharaoh, yeah. I should know all my Gen 1s by now perfectly. Eradicate. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Wham! Oh, it is a fire type, which is kind of cool because it did have the fire energy. But we got that Flareon. The holos in this set are beautiful, though. Like, the holos are absolutely stunning in this set, and I won't be surprised one bit if even the holos have value down the road. But it would take a big resurgence. Like, a lot of people need to come into this hobby for stuff like that to go up in value. But I feel like one day people will look back and they'll see that 151 was the best set we were going to get in Scarlet and Violet. I have a hard time thinking this Team Rocket set is gonna outdo it, but we'll see. We'll see. Just wish I bought more 151. I wish I had more to sit on, but you know what? It's not fun to sit on a set that you want to rip. It's not fun. It's fun to open it. Sit on all the other crappy sets. Do what you will with them, but a set like this, it's fun to open it up. Quite the luxury, but fun nonetheless. Ekans, Marowak, Cubone, Poliwhirl, Pidgeot, Omastar, or no, Omanite, Marowak, Mankey, 3, 2, 1. Ah, Zapdos EX. Haven't seen a lot of these Zapdos EXs, so this is actually sick. Goes really, really well. Looks cool. Right next to the full art, too. Wham, we got both Zapdos out of that one. All right, so we got another EX card. Okay. All right, and that was that for that bundle. That was an awesome bundle. So we had, that bundle had an EX, full art, IR, and an SIR. It had literally everything. SIR, full art, IR, and that EX. That was a good bundle. But I've been starved of good bundles, so what do I know? Okay, and then we have the last two, which will open next week. And then the week following, we will continue, because we're on a roll with 151, and we will continue opening another display and just burning cash. It's going to be great. But I feel like it's the least I can do. I should have capitalized when Walmart had the 151 bundles and people were ordering them. I don't know what's wrong with me, but if I have the product, I don't want to spend more money to buy more product. Okay. But you best believe when I run out of 151, I'm going to have to buy more. Especially if we don't complete the set, which I promised you guys I would do. And I intend on keeping my promises. It's just been a long time. It's been a really long time. We've been opening 151 since it released, and still have not completed this set. I think 151 is still going to get reprinted a ton. I hope so. I would love that. Damn, 150. That's crazy. What a bummer. New bundles are crap, as you can tell from this display. Open the other one to compare. Yay, I'm so happy. If only someone told you to. If I can do it, Ryan, so can you. Sorry. What do you still have yet to pull? We need the same cards we've needed for months now. Illustration Rare Nidoking in the Jungle, and the Hyper Rare Gold Mew. I am going to be so unbelievably hyped if we pull either of those cards tonight, though. Like, please! Come on! Come on, Pokemon gods! Okay. Here we go. Alright. One more stab at it. Starting off with that beautiful hollow energy. That beautiful Staryu. That awesome artwork of Charmander. Sparrow. Bellsprout, Tauros, Kadabra, Ivysaur, Dugtrio, Reverse Ekans, and regular hollow Weezing. Okay. Pack number 2 of this bundle. Keep it going. Appreciate you, bro. Bubba Steel, you spit or swallow. Nice. I'm more of a spitting kind of guy, you know? Wait, are you talking about chewing gum? He's talking about chewing gum. All right, here we go, guys. This is for you guys. Let's go 3. Venonat. I love Venonat. I don't know about you guys, but I love Venonat. I love the purple and the red and the colors and the contrast. I always thought Venonat was cool. Pidgey. Metapod. Rapidy, Ponyta. That was a Ponyta, not a Rapidy. Magneton. Nidoqueen. Beautiful artwork, too. Victory Bell. Porygon. Reverse Seeking. Wham! And we got that Venusaur EX. Getting things heated up with our Venusaur EX. I think that's the first Venusaur EX we've seen. Okay. Frederick, how we doing? Have you opened Stellar? I have not opened Stellar yet. Glass Jaw. Have you ever streamed on Whatnot? Would you ever stream on Whatnot? No. I wouldn't stream on Whatnot. It's just not for me. Plus, I love what my channel is, and it's simple. I like it. It does the job. Allows me to connect with people when I want to, and I can just sell on eBay. So there's no point for me to add Whatnot. I was curious in it a while back, though, and I did get approved, and then I didn't go forward with it. I don't know why. There's no real specific reason other than just, I don't know, didn't feel like it. Hawk Tua on that thing. There you go. There you go. That's the best way to clean cards, is just Hawk Tua on those. Yo, what's good, Anton? How we doing? Trevor with the Cleanosaur. How's the eBay going? eBay's one of my biggest mistakes I made recently was buying a bunch of EX Emerald boxes. They just won't move. So nobody cares about empty boxes like I do. So other than that, at least a sale every week. I sell at least something every week. I gotta get these Gold Star dogs sold. I have I don't know if I mentioned this already, but I have replacements on the way, and they all have swirls. Every single one of them has a swirl, and they're both old certs. The Raikou that I have ordered in is a new cert Raikou, but it does have a swirl as well. So there's two old certs. The Entei and the Suicune are old certs, and the Raikou is a new cert. And I got them for super cheap. I don't know why, like, I bid on stuff, no one touches it. I get rock bottom prices. I think I paid $370 or $390, something like that, for my Entei, and I paid $430 for Suicune. There's a Suicune up right now at $500 right now. So that's kind of crazy to me. That like 1 week the same card sells drastically less than the next week. What I do think is right now, since I'm talking about those, I do need to get those sold, because I definitely don't want to hold on to them if I have other copies coming. But I think right now is the best time to buy these Gold Star Legendary dogs. Okay, they're super undervalued. There's a ton of them out there. I think they were stolen or something. Card House EU got a ton of these, but I think the Gold Star dogs are this is the cheapest Gold Star you're going to be able to get in a PSA 9, or even a PSA 10 in that case, but the PSA 10s aren't plentiful. The PSA 9s are. These things are popping up every other day right now on eBay, and eventually, in a couple of weeks or months, they won't anymore. And the prices of these will go from $400 or $500 to $600 or $700. It might take a couple months, it might take a year or two, but that is going to happen. Anyways, Gold Star dogs, I think, are a buy this month. Anyways, let's get this popping. Market, how we doing? I'm trying to trade for the Shining Legends Mewtwo PSA 10. I think that one will do well. I agree. I think that one will. Rajai, I picked up my Grail cards this weekend. Congratulations, my guy. Congratulations. Cody Winter, good evening. What are your thoughts on the upcoming set Surging Sparks? I know I've only seen half the set, but it's pretty crazy how much hype. I don't really see the hype for it, but a lot of people are really excited for it. Even the Latias doesn't necessarily pique my interest the way most people are hyped up about it. But that's just me. Okay. All right. Let's get to this next pack right here. Don't want to keep you guys waiting too long. Somehow we always go like an hour and a half in these streams, and I never know how that's possible, especially when we're just doing 2 bundles. But it's about the discussions. It's about the vibes. That's what we're all here for. Okay. Also, before that Team Rocket set comes out, the modern set that's going to release soon, get your hands on Team Rocket Returns or the original Team Rocket set in first edition. Those cards, in my opinion, are going to start moving once that set releases and people want to backtrack and look at what came out before that with the Team Rocket vibes. Because once you start, you can't stop. You got to collect them all. You got to catch them all. So I think that's going to happen. I think that Team Rocket set's going to definitely have an impact on people. Got our Slowbro, Choke, Dugong. You do Queen again. Get that Slowbro reverse. And 3, 2, 1, wham! And regular hollow. Regular hollow. Okay, moving on. Next pack coming up for you. Also, on God, most of the time, auctions that aren't like rigged or there's something weird happening or shill bidding, auctions are the best way to get the best value. Auctions are the best way to get a good deal on a card without having to deal with haggling or negotiating. Sellers will never sell you the card under market. They rarely will. I have had some people work with me, and most of that's because they're like, dude, I love your channel. I'll definitely work with you. What do you think about this price? And that's usually how I get some of the best deals. But for the most part, it's always auctions. It's like, ha, I still got this card for way less than what you're selling for because I bought it in an auction. Even my cards, you're going to get a way better deal just waiting for an auction than ever buying something for buy it now or list or even sending an offer. You're still probably going to get a better deal just waiting for an auction. That's just my 2 cents. I don't know anything. All right. Hollow Rare, getting things started. Got that Poliwag, that awesome Pikachu card. We love Pikachu. I'd love to get another IR of that, but let's just get the Nidoking, okay? We really need the Nidoking. Let's just get the Nidoking. Come on, manifest. Okay, we got that reverse Charmy. Okay. Oh, let's go! Another SIR! Let's go! Let's go! Look at that. Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. And as we were just talking about Team Rocket cards, he had just mentioned Giovanni. I think it's very fitting. Also, who couldn't vibe with a card like this? It is menacing. It's badass. It's mafioso. This is an incredible card. And I think embodies everything we are in this hobby. We are all trying to be a Giovanni. Look at that. He's got his Persian by his side. Okay, now this one is very clean. No damage on it. Centering is my only issue here, and I think the top is slim, but if there's no whitening on the back, okay, let's see what's behind this, okay? Baller alert! Okay, there's the Nidoking. Not the one we want and need, but... Oh, dude, and even this Giovanni has factory whitening, and this was a reprint wave. I want you guys to see this. Let's put it against my black shirt. You guys can see the whitening. I don't know if you guys can see that. You should be able to. A little bit of factory whitening on that card. Bummer. The centering was pretty good. Top's a little slim, but the front of the card, flawless. It just sucks. And I think that this could still slip under the... No. Oh! I stand corrected. That was just like some fuzz. It looked like I think it was just some fuzz. But there's another speck on there that's not going away. Who knows? PSA might still let something like that slip under the radar, but wow, that's so the first bundle had an SIR, this bundle had an SIR. The first couple bundles we opened had nothing. So that was a real letdown. If this was in the shop, the first people that took the first boxes got screwed. The next batch was a little bit better, and then the next batch of bundles really lucked out with this Erica's Invitation, all the IRs and full arts, and then this Giovanni's Charisma. Unfortunately, again, not the epic SIRs that we want the most. but an SR nonetheless. Oh, I have to get a top loaders all the way down there. If I don't top load these and I'm lazy and leave them on the table, they will warp. All the cards that I leave on the table end up warping. So I've had to put them all in top loaders to keep them straight. Okay. Well, dang, I hope that wasn't the hype of everything. We still need these other cards. There's still a good chance in this last bundle we could pull a hyper rare or an illustration rare. This is Nidoking. Not trying to be Giovanni. He didn't want me out of that. If you don't want me in my Meowth, you can't have me in my Persian. Right? Okay. Here we go, guys. The last pack is on deck. Chop. Porygon. Hitmonchan. Seaking. Butterfree. Beautiful. Golduck. Was forgetful for a second there. Kabuto. Oh, regular holo. Okay. Yeah, I gotta brush up on my Gen 1. It's embarrassing. Okay. Last pack of the night, guys. Hopefully we can do it. I'm losing hope here. I'm losing hope. Wow, Charmander goes for 610. Good gosh. Well, actually, I guess I hope we get a Charmander here. I do have 4 or 5 Charmanders. I've got quite a few Charmanders. So that's great news. Okay. Here we go. Last pack of the night. Appreciate you guys for kicking it with me tonight and supporting. Coming out late. I know it's not ideal. Get that fire energy. Trainer. Slowpoke. Magmar. Horsey. Onyx. Dragonair. Seadra. Coughing. Reverse. Nidoran. 3, 2, 1. Wham! Ah, regular holo. Scary. All right, we're down to 2 bundles left for me to work this set out. Oh boy. Anyways, I appreciate you guys coming out tonight. It has been phenomenal. Solidas, how we doing? I know you're a freak. Why do we get... What makes people think I'm a freak? I am a freak, and I love that about me. But what gives it off? Is it the glasses? Is it the light chain wear? What gives it off? All right, Trevor. Yeah, I have 1 ETB from the first few sets I've been saving. Llama Sweat. Where are you from, if you don't mind me asking? Not at all. I'm from Charlotte, North Carolina. North Kakalaki. Yeah, I know, Austin. It's a bummer. We just can't seem to pull those cards. Cedric, just finish this display and start with the new one next week. Mitch, Hitchcock, Michelle Hitchcock. I just butchered that. Sorry. Bro, bro, I have a PSA 9 black Yoshi. Act like you're not jelly. I don't even... So that card must be so valuable because I don't even know what that is. Solid ass. Pokemon nerds are kinky. Okay. Okay. You hear that, guys? Apparently we're all kinky. That's the highlight of the stream right there. Pokemon nerds are all kinky. Alejandra Torres, do you have Rayquaza? I do, and I'm very proud of that. I actually have, not to brag, but this is going to be kind of a brag. Not for long, because this one is up for sale, but I have 2 Gold Star Rayquazas in my possession, and they are quite gorgeous. Come on, focus. Focus in on it, dang it. I love this card so much. It makes me so happy. Like, seriously, this card brings me happiness like very few cards in my collection do. That's what the hobby is all about. Finding the cards that are special. And then we got my Beckett, which is arguably a better card, honestly, but it's not in a PSA slab. It has that mouth orb, which is sick. But hopefully I find a good home for that. Whoever gets that card is going to get an absolutely phenomenal condition card. Like, there's no cap on that. That card has no secrets to hide. And I have looked this card up and down for quite some time, so I know that it has no secrets to hide because I obsessed over it. Got my Gyarados Gold Star in there. I swear, Hold On Phantoms might be the best set in Pokemon, in my opinion. You got Gold Star Pikachu, Gold Star Gyarados, and Mewtwo. It just doesn't get better than that. Okay. Are you still selling off most of your collection? If so, how's that going? Not really at this point. At this point, I'm kind of just chilling and stacking up money. I'm just saving my money. Like, if I don't have to let go of everything, I'm not going to. But if we find a house we really love, that's when I'm going to start selling off more booster boxes. For right now, I've just put stuff up to kind of get feelers and see what people are willing to pay. And I've gotten very, very close to getting what I want on the booster boxes I've put out. And so what I found is the longer I wait, someone does come along and usually pay the price that I'm looking to get. I honestly don't want to sell my sealed collection off because I do think there probably will be some growth there despite all the new information and CT scanning, and that stuff does, I think, matter even if you're talking about modern. But yeah, I'm not really selling everything off. That's what I want to do. I would love for someone locally to buy out my whole collection. And maybe it's my fault. Maybe I haven't worked hard to try and make a deal. But I'm also kind of keeping my sealed collection as a poker chip, like a trading card. Um, well, I'm keeping my seal collection hopefully so I can make a trade with it. No, the analogy I just gave was terrible. I'm keeping my seal collection hopefully so I can make some kind of big trade with it. I would love to trade my sealed collection for one very special card. That's, I think, what I would like to do at the end of the day. And maybe that will happen, but it'll take Collecticon next year, talking to the vendors and saying, hey, I got a garage full of sealed product. If you guys will sell me that card right there in your display, I'll give you my entire garage. That's the kind of thing that I'm trying to do because with us moving too, I don't want to have a bunch of sealed product. But it's not going too great. It's going very slow, and this is why I don't recommend sealed products. Are you going to go to Atlanta Collecticon? Like, some stuff is going to move very quickly. Some stuff you're going to have to sit on for a very long time. That's very general and not helpful and vague, but that's just how it is. How much do those Rayquaza cards go for? I feel like they're worth 7-8 grand, but people are trying to get like 10K for them right now, including myself. What booster boxes do you have? Evolving Skies. I have all the Sword and Shield boxes other than Rebel Clash. That's the only Sword and Shield box I still don't have is Rebel Clash. Bunch of Scarlet and Violet boxes. A ton of Scarlet and Violet. A ton of Battle Styles. I have way too much Battle Styles. Also, has anyone tried to buy our empty vintage boxes? The vintage boxes I don't plan on selling. This stuff I want to keep. But my extra vintage boxes, no one has tried buying. I got lowballed on it, but I'm waiting for the right buyer. I'm waiting for people who really appreciate that stuff. What's the most someone has paid you for a card? The most someone has paid me for a card, 5,200. Yeah. That was That was when I sold my first edition Charizard. Now this is a PSA 9, but I had a PSA 5 a couple months back. I kept telling everybody I'm going to sell this 5 and I'm going to put that towards a 9. And I sold for a record price that no one else has sold for. No cap. No one else has sold a PSA 5 for $5,200. I am the first person who's sold. Maybe during the COVID, like the peak of the hype, someone may have sold one for more than that. I doubt it because it's PSA 5, but I did sell that card for a record price, and I put it towards this guy right here, which is a PSA 9, which is much, much cleaner, considered mint. I'm so proud of that card. Like, it's really, I'm such a Charizard hoe. I really am a Charizard hoe. Like, I'm a dragon hoe. Like, I'm basic. Um, Michelle, why do you end it with that? Wait, what did Michelle say? Oh, here we go. Michelle, how much is the lowest you would go for everything? Not that I have that kind of money, but I'm just curious what your whole collection is worth roughly. Don't lie to me. Poussey? What? Why would you end it that way? That is weird. Um, so I know roughly that my collection is definitely past six figures. The least that I would be willing to take for it, probably like break even, which is ridiculous. No one in this hobby, very few people take break even for what their stuff is worth, because this takes years to accomplish this stuff. It takes a vision, and it takes being super disciplined and to being super patient. But I don't know, probably like 120 grand, probably something like that. Maybe 140, 150. I don't even fully know what it's worth. I just know that it's worth more than six figures. I know that just my slabbed cards are worth more than six figures, but you factor in all my sealed product, probably something like 140, 150 grand, something like that. Which is disgusting, because I have I have more money in this hobby than I have in the stock market. Um, I have more money in this hobby than I have put towards paying my house off. My house has gone up a lot in value, but so it seems like I don't have that much left to pay off. But the reality is, I still only paid like roughly 100 grand off on my house so far. So I have more in Pokemon than my car collection, which is a small car collection, but I have two M3s, an AMG, a 325i, and we have a Tiguan SUV, which we recently bought. Um, I have more in this hobby than anything else I've ever done. So it would be tough to like take a low offer on something. I wouldn't even know what to do with the money, quite frankly. Like, I think I would end up spending it again in Pokemon at some point. Um, that's an awesome question, though. What set is worth trying to get the master set of from the modernish sets? 151. Don't do this at home with anything else. 151, in my opinion, is the best set to master. It looks hella good. Get that 151 binder. It's going to look great. I don't recommend trying to master any other set in Scarlet and Violet. Slay Orion. Just because you said Charizard, ho, you afraid? Right on. Good, because we need more people in this community, and we need this channel to grow. Afro Black. Oh shit, I made it to Alive. Yes, you did. You made it to the tail end of Alive. I always try and keep these short, and I never can. We're over an hour into this live. Favorite graded card in your collection, and what's next on the hit list? So, I haven't completed the crystals yet, and I haven't completed the gold stars, and I've been on that for over a year now. So it's getting kind of annoying. But next card on my hit list, Gold Star Umbreon, Gold Star Celebi, and Gold Star Mew. I am 3 gold stars away from completing the entire gold star set. That's going to be a huge, huge announcement. I'm really excited about that, because that's gonna be my moment where I'm like, I finally did something absolutely truly epic in this hobby. First edition Zard is also another epic one. That's the most epic card I have. I don't know if it's necessarily my favorite. I know that's messed up, because I've talked about Charizard so much, but It's probably the Gold Star Rayquaza. It's probably this guy. And if I could get this in a 10, I would much rather have Gold Star Rayquaza in a 10 than Charizard in a 10. Like, all value aside, I know that this in a 10 is worth 40 grand. Charizard in a 10 is worth 200 grand. I would still rather have this card. That's how much this card means to me. Um, Absolutely love it. But this is a really good 9. I got so lucky on that 9. I picked that up for 7,800. You cannot find that card anymore for 7,800. I don't know how I keep lucking out into some of these deals. I've been blessed this year. Truly, honestly blessed this year. But like, oh god. There are so many tiebreakers in this collection. Like this Pikachu, bro, this Pikachu is super slept on. The 9 price has not moved that much on this Pikachu, but this card in a PSA 10 would be an all-time grail. I love this Pikachu. I love how tough he is. He looks like a gangster. He just looks menacing. He's the most menacing looking Pikachu, and he's standing on business. He's 10 toes down. Like, dude is flexing hard. Like, this is the definition of a flex right here. This Pikachu. So there's a lot of tiebreakers. I feel like it's really, really hard to pick just one card. Like, that's impossible. I haven't even talked about Crystal Lugia, but Crystal Lugia I think is actually nicer than the Crystal Charizard. I don't understand why Crystal Lugia is so much cheaper, but Zard always gets the premium. What's a PSA 9 Gold Star Mew go for? So they're all listed around 1,800, but that's cap. I think they're really worth 1,200. I had someone offer me 1,200 a couple months ago. Grogu loves cards. I was an idiot and I didn't take that offer. I should have taken that offer. But you can see in the recent solds, there was someone who got a very good deal on a Gold Star Mew recently for $1,375. So they defied everything that the market has to say about that card, because they basically said, you know what? I'm not paying your 1,800. I'm not paying 1,700. I'm not paying 16. I'm not even paying 15. I'm not even paying 14. I'll give you 1,375. And they took it, and that was the lowest sale we have seen all year for Gold Star Mew. Lowest public sale on eBay. Now, there may be sales on PWCC. There may be sales off platform privately that are much less than that. That's probably the case. I think privately people are trying to find 13, 14, 1,500. So I think 1,375 on eBay is a steal. And I think that's probably fair market value. It's probably really worth more like 12 or 1,300. Gold stars are going to move up a lot over time, I think. But I also think like there's a time and place for it, right? There's 5 Gold Star Mews on the market in a PSA 9, okay? 5 isn't a lot, but there's still multiple options, okay? So when there's that many options, you shouldn't be trying to fetch way over market like a lot of these people are trying to do. When there's several options like that, you should try and get your cards sold by pricing it maybe just barely above market. But how much do you think a sequential PSA 9 Gold Star set would cost? Oh my god, a sequential Gold Star set? Dude, I don't even know, like, I mean, you can't really put a price on that. That's a very, like, niche thing to try and do, is to sequentially grade each card and have all the numbers match up. But for someone to want to do that, you'd have to be a little bit insane. But I don't know how much different the price would be. Maybe 10%, 5 to 10% more, because it's sequential. But sequential doesn't necessarily mean anything. That's just like the sequence of the cards being graded. Now, I think all the cards in like I have a buddy right now, Jesse Peng. He has one of the most incredible Gold Star collections in the world right now. Like, arguably, he's going after every CGC pristine 10 Gold Star. I don't know how he's going to complete this, but he has the Rayquaza in a pristine 10. So if he's done that, he can do them all. But I believe that will probably be the most expensive Gold Star set ever, because they're all pristine labels, which I don't necessarily agree with, but I do think that it's a special thing, and I'm so stoked for Jesse, and I hope he completes that set. But I just want to complete one damn set. I haven't completed the Gold Stars. I haven't completed Crystals. I haven't completed First Edition Base. And I haven't even gotten started on first edition Shining Pokemon, which is like, I cannot wait to start on that because I love first edition Shining Pokemon. I don't talk about it enough, but I love first edition Shining Pokemon. The first edition Shining Raichu, the first edition Shining Mewtwo, first edition Shining Tyranitar, first edition Shining Gyarados. More so the ones that have that shiny effect, like the ones I just mentioned. I actually don't like the Gyarados as much because it just has a regular Cosmo Hollow. I think the best ones are the ones that give off um, that shiny effect. Grayson, how we doing? Alejandra. First, where do you check the price of cards? Second, what is the Neganadal and Guzzlord GX Tag Team Rainbow worth in PSA? I have no idea what cards are worth off the top of my head unless I specialize in them and am searching for them. In terms of first checking the price, go to 130point.com. You're welcome. That gives you pretty good, clear, accurate prices. The problem with 130point is that it still doesn't give you all the information. Neither does eBay. There are cards that I have bought that don't show sales on eBay. So I don't know why, but eBay, I feel like, doesn't show all the sales. Probably just sound like an idiot saying that, but I really feel like they cover up some sales because I don't know. I don't know. I just think it's weird that some sales don't show up at all. So I would use 130point, but I would also use eBay and then change your filter for completed sales and sold listings. And then you can see what the item that you're looking for has sold for. And look for auctions. Don't look for offers because the offers do not give you accurate prices. They show you what the listing was set at, but they don't usually show you what the offer was accepted as. Auctions give you a real-time idea of fair market value, in my opinion. Fave Gold Star is probably Ray. And I think Ray is like really overhyped. I really feel like Hold On Phantoms is special because of the Gyarados and the Mewtwo and the Pikachu. Those ones are really underrated and kind of undervalued in my opinion. Afro Black, next on the hit list probably is the Fire Red Leaf Green Gengar EX. I have that Gengar EX, but I don't understand the hype over it. That card is a very loved card in this hobby though. It's definitely a grail. Honestly, I thought the Mew would go for more. So, interestingly enough, Gold Star Mew has a population of 450. Do you understand how like, that's not a low pop for a card like that. That's a pretty high population. For reference, the Crystal Nidoking, and while Nidoking is a much less sought after Pokemon and like less popular in general, Nidoking's population is around 450 as well. It's not even worth 1,000. It doesn't even sell but for 800 bucks. So how in the hell, I know Mew is much more popular, but how in the hell is Gold Star Mew with a population of 450 shocking to me that people are trying to get 1,800 for that card? It has to be linked to the fact that just people really like Mew. Mew and Mewtwo have their own collector base that specialize with those cards. Otherwise, I have no idea why Gold Star Mew is even over $1,000 in a 9. It should be 800 or 900 in my opinion. That's just how I feel though. Title Stormer, how are you able to afford such an expensive collection? Did you make a lot of money at a young age? I've been hustling my whole life, bro. My whole life I've been hustling. I've been earning money and thinking about saving money and buying my first house and my dream cars. I've been doing that while kids were going out partying and going to clubs and out drinking. I didn't do any of that stuff. And when I did, it was very rare. Like I did it to celebrate something. But usually I stayed home. I saved my money. I lived in my parents' basement up until I was 22 years old. So if that tells you anything, I was able to save money all throughout high school, all throughout college, and then out of college, I spent a year living at my parents, saving even more money. And so that kind of catapulted me ahead of most people my age. Unfortunately, I never really had a great salary paying job. So that money like kind of ran out eventually. And then we started a bar. And so I have a very successful business right now. That is what allows me to buy a lot of these cards is people tip me really, really well. Not only do I make a salary now with the bar, but I also get tipped out. So for reference, guys, this is actually a cool story. The other night, this guy came in. I could tell he was a high roller. Like, he had all of his chains on. Like, it was like me, but an older version of me. Like, I just knew this guy was killing it. And he had a nice Rolex on. I could tell what watch he was wearing, like the shoes he was wearing, the belt he was like. He was just covered in money. And sometimes those are the kind of people that don't have money. I know people think that sometimes, but this guy had it like that. He just did. And they were, they were talking about their trip to Greece and all this fancy stuff. And I just mentioned, they're like, so how's this place going? Is the place doing well? And I mentioned that I'm working my butt off to make it work, and I've got another kid on the way. Dude was like, I wish you the best for your growing family. Drop the $200 tip, y'all. A $200 tip. Like, $200. Like, that is, this is the first time I've ever gotten a tip like that. I got my first $100 tip a couple weeks prior to this, but that's the first time anybody's ever given me a $200 tip. $200 tip. He bought 3 drinks, gave me a $200 tip. So that's the kind of stuff that, like, I have guardian angels out there that pop into the bar and support the venue and support me, and that's how I'm able to do this hobby, and that's how I'm going to be able to save up and buy another home. And I'm also privileged. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm a privileged kid. I grew up, my parents working their butt off to send me to good schools, and my family invested in property here in Charlotte very early in the '90s, and so I say that that's privilege. Not that I grew up with a silver spoon in my mouth, being given everything, because that was not the case, and my parents will tell you if I ever have them in a stream that that was not the case. I've always been very hell-bent on, I want to do it all on my own. I want to earn my own. I want to have my own pride. I want to be proud of building my own life. I don't want to work for anybody. I don't want to rely on anybody. That's ironic because now I work for my family, basically. And I run the bar. I kind of work for myself too, but I don't want anybody thinking that I'm just like, I have it good and I get to do whatever I want, because that's not the case. I work my butt off. I earn tips. I make good cocktails. I run a good bar. It's a tight ship. I'm one of the only people that works most of the time. I work 6 days out of the week, and that's to keep our costs low. But I was super lucky because I don't know if we could have made the bar work if we didn't already own the property, right? Most people don't know that, but my parents own the property. So the bar really wasn't as expensive as people probably think it was, other than architectural, zoning, permit stuff, which we're not going to get into that. But it's a very successful business, but it didn't start that way. It started really terribly. And that's why I started a YouTube channel, because the bar wasn't doing well. And I didn't know if it was ever going to do well, but I knew one thing was for sure, that I wanted to just start a YouTube, and then I was collecting Pokemon, and then I was talking my partner's ear off every night about Pokemon this, Pokemon that, and she eventually was like, shut up, can you please start an Instagram or a YouTube and talk to people about this, because you talk a lot about it. And now we're here. Anyways, sorry that I went off on some tangents, but been hustling my whole life, bro. Ping is a crazy collector. Found out about him following Tag. Yeah, dude. Yeah, crazy is an understatement. And even 151 complete set. PSA Beckett, what do you prefer? PSA Jacob Henderson. Ryan, has your opinion changed on the optimal investing strategies more towards ultra modern at this point? Thanks, bud. No, I don't really believe in ultra modern for the most part, but I think it's fun, and I think you should collect it if you enjoy it, if you love the artwork. I appreciate Alejandro Torres, their subbed. Oh, appreciate you. Um, collect what you like. Not all of us are gonna like the same thing. I like older crap. I collect what I like. Afro Black, honestly, I agree. Ray's overhyped, but I would say it's mainly due to the rarity, maybe the pose. Probably the most intimidating card of all of them, which fits the personality. Absolutely. Sandwich. Wow, more popular cards are worth more. Wow, more popular cards are worth more. Crazy. I appreciate the sarcasm. I think Charizard might be more expensive if it wasn't a reverse holo and pose was a bit better. I think the Charizard looks kind of goofy, personally. I've always felt that way. Even having it in my collection, I still feel like it's kind of goofy. Like, dude, Blaine's Charizard, Dark Charizard, Base Charizard, they all look better than the Gold Star Charizard. That's just my opinion. Um, Sandwich, how much profit does the bar bring in a day? Well, we can't really gauge how much profit it brings in per day. I might have a karaoke night on Monday night. We might not sell very many drinks at all. I might do like 200 bucks. It's horrible. And then Tuesday night for comedy, and this is also private business information, so it's really kind of nobody's business, but you ask and I'll indulge, and I might not always do that, but we're still a young business, so I'll indulge you. We're almost 3 years old, okay? Get that. It takes usually bars and restaurants about 3 years to really get their footing, okay? Tuesday night on comedy night, we might do 700 or 800 bucks, okay? I might get 100 or 200 bucks in tips on top of my salary. Wednesday night, we have our open mic Wednesday nights like we did tonight. Wow, this has been crooked like the whole time. We might now it looks a little more crooked too. I'm just gonna leave it that way. Um, Tonight we have our open mic for music. I every night that I do a stream, I'm also work. So I actually got off of work and then started the stream. That's why I'm probably a little bit sweaty looking. It's not because I'm a tryhard. Um, but open mic for music, we might do 400 or 500 bucks. Not that great. Still will earn at least 100 or more in tips. Um, and then there's credit tips and there's cash tips. And you guys, I don't know if you've heard about the latest political crap, but both parties are trying to push the agenda of not taxing service industry tips. Guys, if my tips weren't taxed, oh my god. Oh my god, I give a quarter of all of my tips to the government. If I didn't give a quarter of my tips to the government, I'd have another 20 grand right now. Like, the amount of money that I have lost from giving my tip money to the government is ridiculous. So I really hope whatever happens with this election, they actually follow through with that fucking agenda of not taxing tips. It'll balance itself out in some way. Maybe people will tip even less, but I still feel like it would be best if people in the service industry did not have to pay taxes on their tips. We work our butts off to earn those tips. We deserve to keep those tips. And my God, the amount of crap that people get in this industry, like the amount of like BS we have to deal with, I luckily don't have to deal with very much of it, but I imagine other people have to deal with a lot of crap from customers that are just super unpleasant. Luckily at Starlight, we don't have a lot of that. And then on Thursday, we have drag shows. Those usually do around like 700 or 800, pretty good. Friday, if we have a big event, it could do a couple grand, or if we're just open for regular hours, it might do like 500 or 600. It might be kind of light. Saturday during the day, we have rap shows. Saturday night, we have bands. We ball out. Every Saturday, we crush it. It's usually no less than like a couple grand, like 3 or 4 grand on a Saturday. Um, Really, really proud of Saturdays. And then Sunday, we have Soul Sunday. Guys, we are open every single day of the freaking week. It never stops. I'm constantly ordering stuff. I'm constantly looking at the schedule. I'm constantly trying to figure out when we're going to do an event versus when we should be doing the event. Like, I'm constantly moving things around and working with my parents to try and figure out how to make things flow best. And I'm doing this with almost no staff. I'm doing this with basically 3 other bartenders, which is unheard of in this industry. But I don't plan to be behind the bar forever. So these first couple years, it's really important that I learn as much as possible and I make as much money as possible, because at some point I might take a step back. But that's kind of an overview of the kind of money that the bar earns. It's not amazing. It's not like mind blowing. But here's the thing, that income, a bunch of developments have built around our bar, and people that live in the developments are starting to come out and drink more regularly. Like, first time ever, people are coming out and buying a couple shots of like Casamigos, 15 bucks a shot. They get 3 shots and they walk out. Like, that's never happened at our bar. We only bring people in with the events. They don't usually come in to just drink and be there. They usually come for the events that we have. So what I'm seeing for the first time ever in our business is that people are coming in that live next door, and they're spending money now. They've adjusted to their living situation. Anyways, I'm going to stop talking about that, but you asked and I indulged. I'm sure I'm boring the shit out of everybody. Boop, 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 boop. Let's go up here. It's humble. You real as fuck. I'm not the most humble person in the world, though. I'm not, and that's a reality check that I need to like check myself with. Being humble is that's an amazing thing, and people really respect that. Um, but I grew up going to private schools with rich kids. Okay, you have to understand. I grew up with the mentality that if you didn't have nice things, you didn't have money. I grew up thinking that, and I grew up misunderstanding how things really were because I saw these kids' cars and I saw the jewelry or the watches they had that I went to school with, and I wanted this stuff, and so I got it as an adult, but now I know like none of it means anything. Being humble is and having none of this is probably much better in the long term, both um, uh, for your own well-being and others, so people don't judge you and like think that you're a jerk because you wear certain things. I'm sure a lot of people see me on this channel and they're like, this guy looks like a D-bag. I'm not going to support him because I just don't like his whole vibe, whatever. But I want people to genuinely like me and like the channel for who I am, and that's why I look the way that I do. But I wouldn't say I'm the most humble person in the world. The Watsons, yo, how we doing? Do you know any bar tricks? I can make a killer cocktail. Those are the tricks that I know. I don't do any crazy, I don't like throw around my mixers and like do crazy stuff though. But people always say that the cocktails that I put out look like they're made with care. And I really do care. No one is going to care about your business more than you. Do you like the EX Dragon Charizard? EX Dragon Charizard. That's a good Charizard, but it's the art's a little bit on the weird side. I do like it, but not nearly as much as I like some of the more traditional artworks. One slept on Charizard that I feel like is kind of undervalued is the Crystal Guardians Charizard. That thing is sick. Nobody ever talks about Crystal Guardians Charizard. Vote Trump. Market Scraper. What's that whole 50K small business startup deduction from Kamala? I don't know how that'll work. Who knows what that's all about. Also, there's going to be a lot of empty promises in this election, so just keep that in mind, guys. But I have no idea what that's about. It won't work. I tell my son every night to be humble. Well, it's like, it's different too. Like, I grew up, my parents were the most humble people in the world, were broke artists. So I grew up seeing my parents, I still see my parents with nothing. My parents are still the most humble people around. And it actually kind of pisses me off because they're gonna die in the next, like, say what you want about me saying this, but my parents will be gone in another decade or two. They will be gone. The fact that they never really splurged on anything other than like vacations and trips, and maybe that's all that matters, is that we had good vacations and trips and family time, but it kills me that they never really bought stuff that they really deserved. My mom, for the first time, bought a BMW this year, which has been super problematic for her. I feel so bad. My cars have not nearly been as much of a mess as the BMW station wagon she just bought. That thing is such a piece of crap. And I feel bad because I was like, dude, I love my BMWs. My dad did get a beat up old Corvette, but it's like he still didn't even buy a nice restored one. Like he bought like someone's barnyard, like decrepit Corvette. It's like a 63. It's beautiful. It's the coolest thing ever. But like these are the kind of people that raised me. Like they just they wear crap, they drive around in crap, but you would never know their net worth. And it's just like some of the, millionaires out there that wear cargo pants and like a white t-shirt and I don't know, Crocs. You never expect these guys are the ones that have all the money, but they are the ones. They're the responsible, humble ones. So something that I could learn a lot more from. Anyways, ranting way too long. I have really bad ADD in that respect. But yo, solid ass gassing me up, dude. I appreciate that so much. Realist. Daniel Smith, good day from Australia. Dude, Australia is crazy, yo. I don't know how you guys live out there. Like, honestly, like, spiders and scorpions. My mom went to Australia to do some work for her art, like to get some inspiration for painting. And like, dude, my mom, like every other day, there was some instance where something almost killed her in Australia. Like, dude, it's the outback is crazy. Dude, Australia is definitely on my list of places I really want to go. Really want to go to Japan. Really want to go to Australia. Really want to see Egypt. New Zealand, that's on there. Dude, I haven't traveled at all. Honestly sucks. And that's the other thing. Like, I spent all this money on cards, but I really should be traveling the world and like doing all the things that I didn't do because I was saving money for buying crap at a younger age. Like, travel is something I envy that other people do regularly. Like, something that I want to get better about. I hate flying, but I do want to travel more. Um, decade or two, I don't know. We'll say 3 decades. My parents probably have 3 good decades left. We're not even going to talk about this anymore. This is just, but we're unfiltered here. Cam Galbraith, what Pokemon do you want to see get an illustration rare? Illustration, SIR, whatever. Gyarados. Give us a Gyarados something. Give us an amazing Gyarados card. For the love of God, give us an amazing Gyarados card. I would love to see that. Andrassi. Hey, brother Ryan. How we doing? How we doing, brother? Me love you long time. Alejandra Torres, Drake or Kendrick Lamar? Well, dude, with all the drama, I have to pick Kendrick Lamar. I feel like I have no choice. But based on being a Scorpio and being loyal to my own astrology, I feel like I have to pick Drake. You know what I'm saying? Like, despite all the noise going on with Drake and what's the right way to put this? Controversy. I feel like anybody siding with Drake would just get like ousted. Um, have you ever seen those videos of kangaroos with huge muscles? Those videos with kangaroos with huge muscles? No, but I imagine they're quite interesting. Alejandro Torres, fave Pokemon. Dude, it's probably Pikachu or some shit. It's probably Pikachu. It's super basic. It's always a basic. It's always something basic. Pikachu, Charizard, Rayquaza, Groudon. But there's other Pokemon that are like semi-legendary. Like, I feel like Tyranitar is like a pseudo-legendary. Aggron, Groudon. I fuck with the really tough, like, Godzilla-esque Pokemon. I can't say that enough. Any Godzilla-esque Pokemon, I love. Any dinosaur-esque Pokemon, any dragon-esque Pokemon, I love those. Cam Facts. Dan, heck yeah. What's your most expensive card? It's the first edition Charizard. And that's the most expensive card. That's the card that I hate myself the most for buying too. Because there's so much better things I could have done with that money. And the fact that I have it roped into a card is just, it's disturbing. But the more I say that I own that card, the less proud of it I get. Yeah, they're terrifying. Yeah, the kangaroos. Yeah, that kangaroo kicks you. You got 3 broken ribs right there. And if you've never broken a rib, it is extremely, utterly painful. Pikachu. What? What is that like? The peeping Pikachu. They look like deer that went to prison. That's great. Psst, I see dead people. Hey, Drake. Heard you like him young. Heard you like him young. Stop. Poor Drake, dude. I don't care what people have done. I always empathize with people when the press and everybody starts twisting things up and making lyrics seem like they're different, taking them out of context. Like, I'm not even gonna go there. I'm not even gonna go there because that's gonna be a whole thing in itself. And once again, we've gone an hour and a half into this stream. We never end this stream early, guys. Never. I never get out of here on time. Fixed it, guys. Most expensive card in your collection. First edition Charizard, for sure. That is how you say Pikachu. I care when kids get involved. True, true. The whole song was just a flex. Let's be real. Beef is what it is, but Drake is weird for sure. Dude, do you do the liquor store videos here? Ding dong. Dude, do you do the liquor store videos here on YouTube? No, I don't. I don't. I have thought about having a separate channel, though, for the bar. I've thought about tons of separate channels. A workout channel, a car channel, a bar channel. But I feel like I would be selling my soul. Like, I feel like I would give up so much more time making videos, and I would never be satisfied. And honestly, this one channel is enough. It's fine. And I can talk about everything under the sun. Like, we're not even talking about cards. We're talking about the Drake thing right now. What's your favorite card value aside? Value aside, I know Rayquaza is hype. I'm gonna say base Charizard. I'm really gonna say base Charizard. I'm gonna say base Charizard because um, even before I knew how valuable first edition Charizard was, I was a Charizard collector. So like my first Charizard card was a base set 2 Cosmos Hollow Charizard. Guys, I was so dorky when I first got back into the hobby. I had a stack of holographic cards that I bought, collected, whatever. And at the top of the stack was that played like damaged base set 2 Charizard card. And I idolized it. It was the coolest thing since sliced bread to me. And I miss that. I miss the magic of looking at your cards, your collection, not thinking about what anybody else is doing, which is all I think about these days. Is like what other collectors are doing. How does my collection stack up against, people like, Jesse Pang, or the collectors that are going after the trophy cards, like David, I forget what his name is, but this guy has like every English American Pokemon card. Poketrav, like people opening all these vintage boxes that open all the grails and pack cards themselves. Like I'm always comparing what I have to other people, but in the very beginning of it, it really was just like I love these cards. This is fun, and like I don't know how I'm ever gonna get back to like so much information lives in my head rent free. I don't know how I could ever just get back to the innocence of when I first started collecting, and like these cards are so special to me. Like I love this card because I have this memory with it. I don't have those kind of memories or connections with a lot of the cards in my collection now, which is kind of weird. So I look forward to the day when I've kind of finished these collection goals and I can start just like buying people's collections and sorting through them and all the treasure that's out there. That's the best part of this hobby, is like going through people's collections and looking at cards and just appreciating everything. I miss that. Um, there's a liquor store guy that looks like you. I'm sure a lot of people look like me. I'm just your privileged, basic looking white dude, right? Like I don't even have to reach for things at high shelves because everything is just handed to me, right? That's we have a comedian that jokes around like that at during our comedy nights, and it's honestly it's so refreshing because he says all the stuff that people think when they see people like me and him, but he just says it without a filter, and it's hilarious. Like all of his bits are hilarious. I would love for you guys to see some of the comedy shows that we have at the bar, and maybe one of these days, I'll like take a video of the comedy show or some clips and just post them on this page, anyways, or I'll post them to my Instagram. But yeah, man, Charizard's always had a special place for me. It's always been special. Um, Think Paldean Fates is good long term. My daughter and I just pulled the Zard and the Gardevoir. Amazing pulls. That Zard is going to do really, really well. I'm not a huge fan of it, but the Gardevoir I'm a huge fan of. That card is stunning. Absolutely incredible. That card should have been the biggest chase in that set, in my opinion. It should have been the Gardevoir. But Gardevoir has never been the big chase. It wasn't with Scarlet and Violet base, and it won't be with Paldean Fates. The Bubble Mew, I feel like, should be worth more than the Charizard, too. But again, people love Charizard. Charizard is a super liquid, fail-safe investment, I feel like. I know how. Open with your kids. I've gotten to relive. And that, Austin, I can't wait for that. I will say I can't wait for that. I also don't want to corrupt my kids. I don't want them to be sucked into this life of consumerism and materialism. I want them to enjoy it, hopefully, and just the experience of it. So I don't know how I'll regulate that or decide how to do that, but I'm excited for that period in my life. Eric, bro, you described me to a T. Cargos, white t-shirts, and Costco and Crocs. I'm still a little off a mill though. Yeah, dude, that's crazy. And congratulations. That's awesome, Eric. I mean, that's goals, right? For anybody to ever build that kind of equity and that kind of net worth. That's amazing, man. So that's awesome for you. Check your privilege. I am 29. 29 years young. That is offensive. That is offensive, Austin. Marky, you be joking. Austin, I thought I was in a safe space. I can't offend you when I'm in a safe space. You are in a safe space. Oh, man. I feel like these days it's hard not to be some kind of privilege, though. Like, everybody, like, I wouldn't be where I am today without the help of a lot of people. Like, people pulling me out of depression, people pulling me out of drug abuse, people pulling me out of jail, quite literally, people helping me out with my first jobs, people supporting me in so many ways. Like my parents helping me get through school. And I still had $20,000 of student loans, but a lot of people had like $100,000 in student loans, right? Like I'm very privileged, and I'm totally down to admit that. I wouldn't be where I am today without that privilege. And with great power comes great responsibility, right? The good old Spider-Man. It's definitely a balance opening 150 packs for my son, tapped out patience wise. Yeah, and I feel like opening stuff like that can really affect your kids' like mental health, like the gratification process, like dopamine chasing. Um, what would you do for your kid open a really expensive theme deck or a sealed box? I mean, hey man, it's good to be curious, right? In this lifetime, I don't expect my kids to be any less crazy than I was. Guys, you don't even know the half of it. You really don't know the half of it about me. I have had a crazy life, and this is for another live stream, maybe just a discussion hangout live stream, but I've had a crazy life, and maybe that's something that I can divulge just for the people that come out for the streams. But I've had a crazy life, and so I expect my kids to match that energy or go above and beyond it, because at some point they are going to get into mischief and get into things, and opening a box of cards or an expensive deck, that's the least of my problems, guys. I'm worried about everything under the sun. I'm worried about um, partying and boyfriends and friends that backstab my kids and being around drugs and uh, just being around the wrong people. Those are things that I would worry about. I would never really care. Like I would be upset temporarily, but if those are the problems that I have, thank you God, because those are very, very first world problems to have. My kids are just opening products. But I feel like for the most part, like even Aspen knows that this is my game room. Like you don't come into the game room. Don't mess with my stuff in here. But I also want my kids to never feel like I ever care about this crap more than I care about them. Um, I am a DILF. I am a DILF. Let's just get it out of the way. I'm a DILF. Um, I went from living a crazy fast-paced lifestyle to settling down like that. Like honestly, it's crazy. It's crazy, and it's for the best. Otherwise, I'd probably be dead in some crappy situation. So, and we'll talk about that another time. Uh, it's called your parents making good decisions and then you making good decisions. And it's true, regardless of your privilege, like it doesn't matter if you're privileged and then you just waste it all, right? You still have to make good decisions after their decisions. Otherwise, it doesn't, that legacy, it doesn't continue, right? It ends with the next generation. It's um, hard men create, dude, what's that saying about like hard men create um, easy time? I hate that saying, but if anybody knows what I'm saying, please put that saying in the section, because like generationally things get easier and people get lazier, and that's where they fall behind again. You have to maintain that hustle and that hard working ethic that the people before you had. Um, and also do what you love. Find what you love. My parents found what they loved, and I still haven't really found that. But my parents found what they loved in life, and they didn't care about things or what they have or don't have because they loved what they did for a living. My mom was painting and living her best life. My dad was working and restoring properties and sculpting. So they were both doing things that they loved, and I can only be so lucky to find my passions in life like that. Um, got it bad until you realize someone's got it worse. For the OnlyFans. 2034, Aspen and Junior open up Daddy's sealed Skyridge box for fun. No! I can't. Alejandro Torres, what if your children ripped an expensive card from your collection? Yeah, I mean, I'd be pissed. I'd be pissed. Like, anybody would be pissed. But there's got to be some understanding there that something is a mistake, or they do it maliciously, but maybe I deserved it, you know? I got to have some context. Maybe I said something or yelled at them or something like that happened, and then they rip a card. Yeah, what do you expect? You have to raise your kids with the respect that you would want too. It's not just like they're kids and you know what's best. There has to be like a mutual respect from you to your kids so that you guys fuck with each other, essentially. Um, what is this DILF you speak of? What if they cracked open your Rayquaza or Charizards? Y'all are killing me, okay? Y'all are manifesting the wrong things right now. Derek Cam, yo, what up? Yo, how we doing, Derek? We are closing up shop here. Now we're almost 2 hours in on this stream. Hard times create strong men. Easy times create weak men. Thank you. Thank you, Market. How long have you been collecting Pokemon? Roughly 4 years now. Really not that long. But it feels like forever. Yoda Papa Vintage, Americana. Yo, how we doing? We are closing up here shortly. Oakley Caulfield, I'm 8. How we doing? It's a good time being 8. Oakley DM me. Sean Diddy Combs being ratchet in the stream. It's kind of funny, but okay. All right, guys. We're closing up the stream. Thank you, everybody that came out tonight. Seriously, it's so much more than opening cards and talking about Pokemon. It's really just y'all being the homies. Being the homies, friends, and being this awesome community. I'm very lucky. Anyways, guys. Anyways, guys, I will catch you again next week. You know we do these live streams every single Wednesday night. So this is coming again. We're going to do this again. That's what she said. We're going to do this again next Wednesday. So just keep a lookout. I'll see you again next Wednesday. Everybody have a fantastic 5-star A+ night. Seriously, I mean that, guys. All cringe aside. Have an amazing night. Take care of yourself. Relax, breathe, and enjoy the rest of your night, okay? Thanks everybody for coming out. If you want to join the Discord, pop into the Discord. We talk about Pokemon stuff. We talk about stuff we're collecting. Anyways, peace out, everybody. And I welcome everybody who's new here. Thank you guys for popping out and supporting the stream. Oh, man, I'm getting gassed up tonight. Okay, I have to let you guys go. All right, good night, everybody. Have a good one. Thanks again.